Hey, happy to be here, you guys. Hey, just want to give you some quick pointers and talk to you a little bit about being a nutritional therapist and what my job is and what my goals are. Really, there are 5 foundations of nutrition, and I think we could work on any one of these foundations and get you feeling better because each one that you work on affects the others. And the foundations are nutrient-dense diet, getting you some more nutrition and eating more vegetables and greens and vitamins and getting the nutrition that our body needs, getting the right amount of protein, the right amount of carbs, and eating more fiber. Huge. Americans are missing out on fiber. Our bodies need this to help us digest foods and to actually take in the nutrition in our blood cells. So we need this fiber. It's a huge component. So we have, like I said, nutrient-dense diet. We have digestion. Believe it or not, digestion starts in your brain and makes its way from your brain all the way out to your anus until you defecate and rid of the foods and items in your body that just disposed of. So digestion starts when you start thinking about food. That's when digestion starts. Isn't that crazy? It is, though. When you think about it, you start thinking about food, and you could think about something that's so delicious that you really love, and you actually start salivating. So that's the process of digestion starting, because in your salivation, there are enzymes that actually start to break down the food as soon as you start chomping on it. So that's your second foundation we work on, is just working through the digestion system and understanding how it operates. Most people don't know what's going on their innards. And it's an amazing thing to learn about and understand, and it just really starts clicking with you. The third thing we will work on is sleep. We have to work on our sleep, you guys. I don't think people realize that we're on our computers and screens up until bedtime. We go to sleep watching TV or looking at our phones. Our brains are not shutting off. We need to shut it down. We need to make our bedrooms as conducive as possible and black out curtains, shut it down. Your bedroom is to sleep and rest. We need to get quality sleep. And I'm talking, you need at least 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours quality sleep is essential for your brain health, for everything your body has to do while it's resting and recovering at night when you're sleeping. So a huge thing that we could work on is sleep. The next is stress. I don't think people realize it, but as Americans in this day and age, we are so stressed out. Mothers are working nonstop, but the work doesn't end there. We're still having to do everything at home, still having to raise children. And this goes for fathers as well. We're working, double jobs, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And our lives have become extremely stressful. And there has to be a point where we have to try to slow down and make some changes, because the stress is taking a toll on our body. And I'm excited to share what that actually does, because I think it'd be very enlightening for you to understand how stress does affect your sleep, how it does affect your digestion. It affects all the other foundations as well. And then we would move into blood sugar regulation. Blood sugar regulation is really geared towards understanding insulin and understanding our hormones that we release when we have and consume sugar and carbohydrates. If you see carbohydrates, you're looking at sugar. That's what sugar is. Yes, our bodies need carbohydrates to survive. People need to understand that. We need carbohydrates, but we need them in the most natural form if we can. And there's a reason behind that. And it's interesting how much sugar we as Americans consume. And sugar is actually pretty addicting. There's been some studies that I've read about as of recent that sugar is more addicting than heroin. Sugar is more addicting than cocaine. Sugar is more addicting than cigarettes. Isn't that crazy? Nobody's teaching us that, and nobody's telling us to cut back on sugar in the grocery stores, because if you go to the grocery store and you look in the middle, it's a little bit pathetic. It's nothing but processed foods that are full of sugar, preservatives, and things to keep it on the shelf. There's not going to be a lot of nutrition in those items. There's just not. But what you will get is a lot of chemicals and things that do affect our bodies, and we do not realize it because nobody's telling us, because this education part is not out there. And I think it's huge for all of us, young, middle-aged, and old. It affects us. So let's work on the foundations of nutrition, all 5 of those, okay? Sleep, stress, blood sugar regulation, digestion. we need to work on these items so we can feel our best and feel better at least, and just do something to be a little bit, to make ourselves, help ourselves along the way. That's what we need to do. And I think I'm here, and that's what nutritional therapists are here for. And it's bio-individual. This is not something that is this is what we do for each and every single person. Absolutely not. That's what the beauty of being a nutritional therapist is explaining that it's bio-individual. It's different for everybody. You know, you have to imagine that no two people are the same. Even identical twins, you know, might do things differently, and one might be more active than the other. So there's so many different things that are in play when it comes to thinking about somebody and the nutrition, whether it's their age, whether it's their how active they are. Do they have any diseases? Do they have any autoimmune diseases? You know, are they overweight? Are they in a living situation where they don't have the means to get nutritional food, like fresh vegetables and fruit? You'd be surprised. There's some people that really cannot get it still here in the United States, just based off of where they live, you know, and what their proximity to places are. So there's a lot of things that come into play with our health and age and things that are just different for each and every single person. So I love the fact that I get to really be an investigator and investigate how to get you feeling the best, and at least give you the tools to allow you to make the decisions and start working towards being your best self and feeling your best self. It does make a difference getting into sunshine. It does make a difference getting out and exercising. It does so much for your mental health. And I think once I enlighten you on a few things and you start making subtle, small changes, you are going to be amazed at how you feel. And ultimately, isn't that all we want? At the end of the day, we just want to feel better. We want to feel better. You know, it's not all about looks and everything. Yeah, you want to look better, and that will come. You start eating better, you start drinking more water, you start exercising, it will come. But in the meantime, really pay attention to how you're feeling. And I think that's going to be the way we make the change. We want to make you feel better. So I'm looking forward to this next journey, and hopefully you are willing to allow me to work with you and get you through there, because I think there's a lot we can do, and I'm looking forward to it, and it's a pleasure. Thanks.